Have you seen that new trend where people upload their pictures into ChatGPT, which is AI, and then it takes that photo and then generates a doll version of them? It's everywhere right now. Welcome back. I'm Christine. This is Mike. Listen, I'm not here to argue whether AI is good or bad. This video isn't about that. It's about creativity, real creativity, the kind that only humans can experience. That's why I'm creating a 3D version of myself out of this Barbie doll. Because anything AI can do, artists can do better. Let's make my table more on brand with Barbie. There we go. This is my victim. Obviously, my complexion isn't as lovely as hers, but I can still make it work. My inner child had the best time walking into Walmart and grabbing this Barbie off the shelf. I'm so thankful I get to do fun projects like this now, because a slightly younger version of me would have been too stressed about rent and groceries to buy anything just for fun. I'm having a blast taking her out of the package and appreciating all of the cute accessories she came with. It's got me thinking, what accessories would my doll come with? Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Focus, Christine. I have to transform the doll first by removing the head. Using force isn't working. I think I might have caused permanent damage. But we'll worry about that later. I grabbed my blow dryer and heat her up just enough to soften the plastic.
It worked!
I'm brushing her hair out with my fingers to get an idea of what I'm working with, but I decided it would be best to take her face off with 100% acetone first, because her staring at me like this is so awkward. After getting a firm grip on her head, oh shh, my darling, it's gonna be okay. I only know that acetone works for this because I saw Carrie's Cuddlefish use it in her doll makeover video. That video actually inspired me to make this video. That's the magic of artists creating things. We inspire each other, unlike AI, which kind of just sucks the joy out of making art, if you know what I mean. Gorgeous! Time to deal with this hair, so it's off to my messy kitchen to boil some water.
Huzzah!
This is supposed to help straighten the hair, but I forgot my tripod, so I'm having my husband help me brush her out. We tried dipping her again.
There we go.
Beauty is pain, and this doll is feeling it. Let's use this bottle of puffy paint as a stand because it fits perfectly. All right, enough nonsense. This is serious. My hair isn't this long, so I'm taking a little bit off the ends. It's coming out a little bit crooked, which honestly is accurate because my hairdresser is booked solid this month. So I decided to trim my ends myself. Needless to say, I'm just gonna wait for my appointment. I have curtain bangs, so let's add those. And much like my real hair, one side isn't cooperating. I'm using a hair tie to hold it down while I try to add some curl and wave. Little did I know, all of the curls and waves are going to fall out later. I have partial highlights, which means only the top portion of my hair is dyed. The hair underneath is the original color, so I'm trying to darken the bottom and some of the top in order to get the colors to blend. Even though it's not working, I'm still happy with this. This is my haircut. Now, time to paint the face. I try to add eyelashes with a permanent marker, but I don't like it. Thank goodness I can take it off with acetone. Wait, hold on. I love the purple color that this is creating. I've never worn purple eyeshadow before, but I love purple, so I'm keeping it. I'm realizing I don't have to have precision or skill for this. She's not going to look exactly like me, and that's okay. I've never painted a doll's face before. The fact that she even has a face is a win, and I'll take it. If you're wondering why I didn't do anything with the lips, I was not feeling courageous. It happens to me sometimes too. Sometimes I just leave things the way they are because I am afraid. It's gonna be fine. I wanted to try contouring her face, but
She looks nothing like me.
let's just say it's me if I was glammed up. Yeah, let's go with that. This doll came with pink shoes, and they're similar to the ones I wear, but I need to tweak them a bit to make them look just right. This is my water bottle, and I'm painting the doll's bottle to match mine as well. Now for the most controversial part of this video, the socks. I'm a millennial, I think we all know that by now, which means I wear ankle socks. It's a sensory thing, anything else feels weird to me. Mini Christine obviously needs a paint palette, so it's a perfect time to show you this mold I made a year ago. I wanted to make palette earrings, but I never got around to finalizing the design. Maybe I'll finish them one day, but for now, this is the perfect opportunity to use this clay. I'm just gonna put it in the mold and wait about a day before I take it out. In the meantime, I need to create a paintbrush, but not just any paintbrush. This one is going to look like Mike. Ugh, the clay is sticking to the table. I'll try sculpting in my hand. Why am I so bad at this? This doesn't look like a paintbrush. Let's try one more time. I made a template on a Post-it note. This is probably the worst clay in the world to use for this project, but I'm determined to make it work. Ta-da! And look, the paint palette came out pretty good too. Maybe I'm not so bad at this after all. Since this clay isn't hard, I can cut it into shape with scissors. Let's paint it white. Ugh, get it off of me! Look away, this is messy. Painting tiny objects is hard. They just keep sticking to me. After a lot of frustration, both of these accessories were done.
He's so silly.
Oh yeah.
My mini character would not be complete without a mini sketchbook. Since I'm obsessed with big cats, I made a mini sketchbook out of my tiger and lion art prints. Well, this is awkward. She needs clothes. So I bought her some. What, you thought I was going to make them? If I can't sculpt, I definitely can't sew. And honestly, I found my exact outfit on Amazon. I have these jeans I wear when I'm working on art projects or cleaning. They're well loved, and I want to make her jeans look the same. It's nothing a little paint splatter and Posca pens can't fix. While I destroy these perfectly good jeans, hit the like button if you have a similar pair of jeans or an item of clothing that you wear every time you paint. Let's not forget about the head. Instead of heating up the head again, I take a risk and use brute force to shove it back on. It's perfect. The hair is still too long, so I chop off some more and I shake it out. The packaging she came in is a mess at this point. So I rip it apart and I try to fix it by adding a smaller piece of paper on top. Yeah, it'll be fine. Originally, I wanted to paint the background, but at this point, I have been working on this project for a week. If I kept adding things, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. So I made the executive decision to keep the background white, but decorate it with some of my Art Supply Monster stickers. The Art Supply monsters make the most sense for my doll. I make art and monsters. It just makes sense. I made this label for the outside of the box, and I'm also decorating it with other stickers that either don't sell anymore in my shop or I have made a mistake when producing them. I glue Mike into my hand so he's permanently attached. I also hot glue all the little accessories onto the background. To secure myself in place, I poke 2 holes and thread sewing yarn through, tying myself in. I added this really pretty purple ribbon along the edges of the packaging to hide the messy parts. Once everything fits, I line the outside with double-sided tape. Oh, but I can't forget to sign and date it. After about a week's worth of work, she's done. This took me way longer than expected, but I pushed through because it's important for me to share that you don't have to be good at something to enjoy it. Don't let AI make you think that if your art isn't perfect, it's irrelevant or not good. My doll isn't perfect. Neither am I. Sometimes the real magic of creating is just creating. If you make your own version of a doll, let me know in the comments below. I'll add your video to my ongoing playlist. And together we can unite as artists and show the world what true creativity looks like.